We're out here, it feels like it's -5 right now. We're still shooting, folks. Hey guys, welcome to the Outlandish Journal again. Today we are going to be talking about fate, karma, and everything surrounding that. And I'm going to be sharing a few personal stories I've never actually shared out loud to a big audience before. So enjoy, alright?
Now we know that, you see, and so we contrast it with the organic.
So many of you, probably like us here at Outlandish, have faced times in our lives where we hit lows, we hit dark spots, and we don't necessarily know where to turn. We feel like we're crammed into a dark corner and there's no way out. And really, in those times, I've found that it's the greatest time to grow forward. You retract back so you can push forward off of that wall. And it's ironic how in so many of these cases, we find the opportunities to take that next step, like they more or less just show up right in front of us. Like they show up right in front of us. Redo that.
What'd they say?
I don't know. So guys, when you hit those times of depression, it almost seems like every step you need to take comes right in front of you. It may be hard to take those steps, but it's the best times to do so. I'd like to tell you 3 quick stories about when I was in those times and the steps that I found right in front of my face that I could take forward and have shaped my life thus far and are shaping my life into the future right now. The first time was when I was around 13 years old. And many of you may have faced this in your middle school, grade school, high school days, where you felt like you didn't necessarily fit in with everyone else. And you may have been bullied, you may have faced bullying. Well, I did that. I had that point in my life, and it really hit me hard at that point because I was so young and I hadn't had a lot of experience, hadn't met those people that would shape my life. So I more or less felt alone in this time. And I hit a low point. I was playing video games every single day after school, just sitting in my basement, doing that day after day after day, because there was nothing else for me to do. It was between sports seasons, and during this time, my parents had reached out to me and wanted me to get involved in something outside of just video games in my basement. So I randomly went through a YMCA booklet, signed up for a class. It was called log rolling. And I did this as a joke. I thought, stick it to them, log rolling. I mean, what is that even? And I got into the class. I actually really liked it. Met a lot of people that are still friends to this day. And it branched me off on a different path that has shaped me into who I am today. Because now I can say, looking back, I wouldn't have become a professional timber sports athlete if I never actually signed up for that class when I was 11 or 12. I never would have went pro when I was 16 in log rolling. I never would have went pro at 17 in boom running if I didn't take that class to begin with. And I was at such a low point that I just, on a whim, took this class, and it shaped my life completely different than if I would have never signed up for that. Another low point I hit in my life was after my freshman year of school up at University of Minnesota. When I was up there, I had some really good times, I met some really good people, but I didn't necessarily click into the way of life up there that I wanted. It wasn't what I envisioned, and that really put me in another low spot in my life. So at the end of the year came, I didn't necessarily want to continue down the path that I foresaw if I continued to go to school there. So I transferred schools, and I didn't necessarily know what I was going to be doing. I didn't enroll in courses for the next semester at Minnesota, and that last week of school was a real eye-opener for me, because I realized that if I didn't take any steps, I didn't know where I was going to be going. And at that time, when I didn't know where I was going to be going, I got a call out of the blue from the lumberjack from a lumberjack show in the Wisconsin Dells, and I was offered a position there. I had never done a lumberjack show before, and out of the blue I get this call asking if I wanted to step up and do this, get paid pretty good money for my age, and have a really good time doing it. And so I took the job, and then that ended up leading to more jobs and more opportunities for me in my life. And this happened when I was at a real low point and didn't necessarily know what I was going to be doing for the next month, for the next 6 months, for the next year. And I just, on a whim, when I was at that low, dark spot, took that step, took that chance, and it paid off in the end for me. Now, I don't know if you guys here believe in fate or that your future is written, but the ways that these things have paid off for me, and the way these events throughout my life have synced together to form who I am, give me that impression that there's something else working. I don't know what it is, if it's your religion, if it's the universe, if it's karma, whatever it is you believe. There are a lot of commonalities between all these different beliefs, and you really need to form your own to feel content within life. And those beliefs help you get through those dark times, help you move forward, and help you become a better person in the end. Guys, when I moved to La Crosse, I was in a toxic relationship. I wanted to continue my growth, continue down the path of development in various ways, and I was being held back by the relationship I was in. So that ended, and even when I knew it was a toxic relationship in that sense, I was still down, I was still depressed, and I was still in a dark moment in this time. Not even a month later, after I was sitting in the bathroom contemplating continuing living. That's how deep I got in this situation. It was a real low point in my life. And after this time of recuperation, I found someone just out of chance that aligned exactly with the beliefs that I had and aligned with the mentalities I took towards growth in life. And I thought this was such a crazy coincidence because I was at such a low point, and all of a sudden this person just walked into my life and pushed me to become a better person. She reignited the spark for me to continue growing on my reading path, on my spiritual path, on my fitness path. All these different paths in my life were inspired from meeting this one individual. And then over the summer, we went our separate paths. I went and I began lumberjacking again. I was doing my thing, she was doing her thing out in Wyoming, and there was a moment in time when I thought maybe this was going to end. And I sent out prayers, I was meditating, I was doing whatever I could in my mind, saying that if this person was supposed to stay there, if this person was actually supposed to be in my life, the universe would conspire, do something to keep her in my life. And that's exactly what happened. When I was in my favorite place in the world, I was out in Colorado, one of my favorite places in the world, and I got the call saying that she was pregnant. And this, for many people at my time in life, my age, might take this as a negative thing. I saw this as a great opportunity for growth. One of my only goals in life, in the end, would be to be a father, to be a family man. And this was the perfect opportunity to do so. It may not be going down the exact path that I envisioned. However, I have an opportunity to fulfill a goal in my life that I've set forth. And now it is my chance to take that and run with it. So, guys, our call to action today, our outlandish tip, I want you to just take a deep breath. Some of you might be in a real depressed state right now. Some of you might be at a high point. However, those highs and those lows never last. Life is about those highs and those lows balancing each other out to bring your life at this steady stance. So, I want you guys to just go ahead, take a deep breath in and out. All right, did you do that? I don't think you did. Do it again. Take that deep breath and just do what you love. So many people go ahead with their day doing what they hate, doing what they dislike, doing everything but what they love. trying to get to the weekend to do what they love. I want you to do every single thing that you love today. I want you to live your life to its fullest potential. And then in due time, when you put in the effort, when you show the universe that you are committed to the things that you love, it will give you what you want. It will give you those happy relationships. It will give you the fancy car. Whatever it is that you want will come in time. But that is not the most important thing right now. The most important thing is the relationship with yourself and doing what you know is truly what you want to do, rather than trying to please everyone else in your life. And with that, I leave you until the next time. Take another deep breath with me. And just go ahead and live life, all right, guys? Peace.